Hello and welcome, 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 welcome. Let me make sure the camera's focused here. And I am excited, you guys. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream, or if you are watching the replay, thanks so much for being here. It's been a few weeks since I've been live here inside of the Facebook group and in the Leverage WP community. I apologize in advance if I cut out or freeze a little bit. My streaming software was just giving me a warning, but now it's saying that all is good and it looks better, at least for right now. And so I want to welcome you to this Friday workshop live stream where if you received my email about scheduling this, you could see that I had been talking about automations, receiving recurring automated payments inside of my business, and indicating that I'd be showing you around how some of that works in the background and how I set this up for clients and members of Leverage WP hosting and community so that they can focus on their own businesses and their own level of genius, their own zone of genius, instead of having to get in there and manage a lot of technical stuff. And so let me start out by just sharing my screen. And if you can see my screen here, this is just an example of leveragewp.com, my website for my brand here, where I share, some video at the top, and I talk about the Leverage WP community and the kinds of things that I teach. Here at the bottom, I accept people signing up for my email list and the mailing list, where if you're watching this, you're probably a member of that email list in the first place. And then I have some links to some of the materials that I teach, the free Leverage WP Masterclass, the paid WordPress Business Accelerator here. And that's just the home page of this site. You could see that I have a few other things up here. Courses, for example, are something that I want to show you around in the back end of the website, as well as account. You know, if you saw as a member of the Leverage WP Facebook group, I'm sure some of you here on the live stream are watching inside of Facebook. If you saw a couple days ago, I posted a picture of an email I received while I was doing something else entirely. I received a $3,000 annual payment from one of my clients, and I get those all the time. They just automate and come into my account automatically. And you may have heard me describe how, what I had done was had a payment fail because of an expired credit card for that customer. And, they received a notification from my system that said, hey, the payment has failed, and all you have to do is go and log in and manage your account and fix that issue. And then I just received that payment. Really no intervention from me. And so if you do go to Leverage WP here, you can see where these are some of the things that I have. And on the resources page, for example, another example of this easy page design, where if you click and go down, I've got some resources here for students of my Udemy course, the Complete WordPress Business Website Business Course 2.0. Some of the resources that I have here link out to other things that I offer, etc. And so going back to the home page, I do have an outline that I wanted to bring up here. And if you saw, these items were on the email that I sent out to prepare you and to let you know what would be what I'd be talking about inside of this live stream. And first of all, beautiful websites. I'm going to be going over some of the things and showing you around in the back end of some of the things that I offer with Leverage WP hosting, and the things that I can provide for clients if you work with me, and things that you can learn how to do inside the Leverage WP community here, either on Facebook or inside the community, which I'll also show you around as well. The first one being beautiful websites. And so going back here, let's just take a look at this nice design. Of course, I'm leveraging WordPress here, but I didn't have to code this design from scratch. I was able to use this Divi visual builder that I'll show you around on the back end here just a little bit, and really leverage the power of what other people have designed and coded in order to make this beautiful design easy to manage and easy to edit. And so if I go over here to the Elegant Themes website, which is the makers of the Divi WordPress theme and page builder, you can see that I'm on the layouts page here. If I just go to find a layout, what I've done is checked a couple of boxes, services and education, and you can see that I've got an available 130 layout packs with a total of 954 pages that have been pre-designed for me that I can use on any of my websites. And this is something that I offer my clients and customers so that you can start from a really beautiful pre-designed layout. If I uncheck these two boxes, you can see that there are a total of 307 fully completed websites with 6, 7, 8 pages on them that you can choose from. So for example, this learning management system layout has 9 pages available as far as a landing page here and a marketing page about, say, what we offer, courses, a block list of courses, and let's look at the live demo so that you can see it in full size here. This has a nice way of animating the content as it comes in. If you were to click any of the courses here, you might go over to the course page, where it would show a header and an image that you could customize, a button to watch the preview of the course, a profile of the instructor, which could be you, and the different chapters here, and you could click back to the courses list. Here's another example, a pricing page. This is just to show you that you can really start from a pre-designed layout worth thousands and thousands of dollars using a page builder like this. A landing page, for example, has all these different sections that you can customize, for example. And so let's go back. Let me just show you another one of the layouts, just to show you, some of the different design elements that you might be able to start from. Let's see. Let's look at one that looks quite a bit different than that very technical layout. Here's something. Now, it wouldn't necessarily have to be for a flower shop. You can replace all of these images with your own. But you can see as I scroll down, this design is much different than that other one. A little bit more homey feeling and a little bit more design centric. Some really beautiful backgrounds and images, etc. Now you could use this same layout for your courses, for example. It doesn't have to be for a flower shop. And this shows a beautiful gallery right here. Here's a shop page that would show different products being managed, and we're going to go into some WooCommerce or e-commerce website backend touring here as I show you the different things that you can do. So let's just go back and I'll show you one more. Maybe let's see if where did I find, if I go under something a little more with a dark layout. Here's one that has to do with something more digital, and it has all these graphics that are included. This is the landing page, for example. If your brand matches something more like this, you can still have e-commerce and courses and a membership, recurring automated subscriptions. But this is just a matching layout that you can start from and arrange all these different sections that just make it really, really easy for you to put your business together. Again, taking off your plate the kind of technical setup of the website. This is something that I offer as a part of the Leverage WP hosting, something that you can get access to all these layouts already pre-designed and ready for you. So, for example, back to Leverage WP, if I just click this Enable Visual Builder button, as we come and finish talking about this design elements functionality that comes with Leverage WP hosting and sites that I offer inside of the community. As this loads, you can see that now I'm looking at the website, but as I scroll down and roll my mouse over the different sections, you can see that I'm offered with some toolbars and things. For example, if I click the little gear icon here, I can get an editing window where I can change any of the text over here and it would change over there. And then I could save it, and that's all there is to it for editing the content of this website. For example, here's a whole section. If I wanted to go ahead and take this entire section and move it somewhere else, maybe below, down to a different spot within the page, I could certainly do that. And then when I'm done, I could go ahead and open up the toolbar here and click Save. Another window, I can open up layers and it will show me all the different elements that are within the website, and I can get to them in that way. And using this Divi Visual Builder is just super easy after you learn a little bit about how it works. And so next, let's talk about e-commerce. E-commerce for digital, physical, maybe courses, events, and products within your website. Let's see, as far as e-commerce, one of the things that comes with, there's a free plugin inside of WordPress, is a plugin called WooCommerce, the most popular and well-used e-commerce platform in the entire internet. Pretty easy to use, and comes as a free plugin that you can add to WordPress. While I begin talking about that, let's look inside the Leverage WP community. Now, this is like a social community that I've put together for members of Leverage WP and hosting customers, where we can share ideas and I can post tutorials like this one right here within the design school. And folks can connect with each other and connect with me through private messaging, as well as they can go and look at past workshops where I provide the replays here on a single page over here, as well as courses. And as far as just looking around here, we're going to talk about e-commerce a little bit. But with e-commerce comes the ability, and whether you want to sell things like courses. So if I click the Complete WordPress Website Business Course 2.0, you can see that while this course comes with the membership here with the Leverage WP community, this is something that you could provide to your own coaching customers or customers of your membership on an ongoing or subscription-based membership. And so if I click through to starting the course, you can see that all the content outline, all the different chapters are over here. And there's a video associated with each part of the course. And it's just a very powerful way of displaying and presenting content behind a membership. And so if I look behind at the WordPress dashboard for this course, you can see that I've got a page that's an introduction to just the content. And then I have something called Builder right here. And you can see if I go back, you can see that the different chapters and the videos within each chapter or section is here down the left side for the members. But over here, I can arrange all these, what they're called lessons, within each section of the course right here. And now let's go back again into the WordPress dashboard, and I'll just show you around a little bit because we are talking about e-commerce here. Now, as far as these courses, they're managed up here under LearnDash. LearnDash is a really powerful course providing plugin for WordPress, but it can be connected to products. And so I have a product inside my WooCommerce e-commerce store here. A product, the Leverage WP Community Membership, which when I open enrollment again for the membership, it'll come in at a price of $300 every year. It's only $25 a month to access all this stuff and get access to me. But what I have inside of the course is an access to a membership. And now this membership is provided and managed by something called Wishlist Member. And when you set up the membership, I can add the LearnDash course that I've created to the membership level right here. And so if I click the membership, you can see that I can have different registrations and all the control that I need for access to this membership. So when people get access to this membership, they get access to the course as well as any other benefits that I want to give them, like, pages and posts that they have access to inside their private membership area. And something that I wanted to show you was the subscriptions area inside of WooCommerce here. And so if I go back to products, I just want to show you that the community membership is a certain product type. It's right here under product data. It's a simple subscription. And so what I've set up here is that I can define any amount of money per month or year or day or week, of course. And I can define how I want to collect that. And so within the WooCommerce settings, what I set up is that my payments come in easily connected to Stripe. So I take credit cards, and Stripe, as my payment processor, can easily manage subscriptions through this system, and it takes care of renewals, and it holds on to the credit cards. I never have access to the credit card numbers or anything like that. However, it's super easy for me to manage when a credit card expires, for example, or if somebody cancels their account, it automatically disconnects the payment method. And so everything is managed and automated in the background here. And so taking a look at the outline, with this type of system, you can take care of digital products like for download, for example. Physical products that need shipping can be taken care of within the WooCommerce framework. Courses, as you saw, can be connected as a one-time offer, one-time payment, or as an ongoing subscription where payments can be automated. You can book events and sell access to events or classes and things like that with a one-time payment or as a subscription. And of course, any kinds of products, digital, virtual products, or otherwise, can be managed inside of a WooCommerce and e-commerce setup, leveraging WordPress like I do. And so also we talked about courses and learning management systems. This can all be managed and sold through the system. Automated recurring subscriptions are a really good benefit to be able to offer to your customers, your coaching clients, and anyone inside of your website environment, because it can all be automated, like I mentioned. Also, memberships and private content areas. As far as memberships, private content areas, as I showed you inside of the community, you can, as I look at, groups, for example, in here, I've divided this private membership area inside of the community into 4 different what are called groups inside of this platform: the design school, the engineering division, the implementation lab, and business advice and best practices. This community itself is designed to help people who use WordPress to get better at it ask questions and learn about how to do things inside of WordPress in their own business if they are using WordPress. And so, for example, there's a bunch of questions I've been answering. Here's a quick tutorial that I posted after someone asked a question. Here's a tutorial I posted that was a 10-minute video. I've also posted, here's a 26-minute tutorial about migration and into the Leverage WP hosting. And so as an example, all these groups are hidden behind the membership. And so you have to be a member before you can gain access to all this educational material inside of the Leverage WP community. And so that's something that Leverage WP hosting offers, as far as being able to have courses and memberships and automated subscriptions. And now let's talk about a little bit more moving into marketing and how all of this stuff, all this access to being able to sell automated recurring subscriptions, being able to give people access to courses, and being able to offer private membership areas, how all this can be managed and also marketed so people can join your email list, for example. You can organize people that come into your world by segmenting your list, by tagging and labeling people in your list as coming from different places, and then being able to do all of this within a place that's easy to use and you can manage all yourself without having to be a tech genius or a tech guru by any means. This is what I offer with Leverage WP hosting and management as far as my done with you service at Leverage WP. So let's take a look at opt-in and sales funnels, and when people come into your world, how you might be able to organize them and start to stay in touch with them over time. And that includes email list building and broadcast email that I set up behind WordPress here. And so let's take a look at the Leverage WP community itself and into the background again as I go ahead and look at FunnelKit, which is the platform I use within WordPress, which is really a customer relationship management software, a full CRM built on top of WordPress. And so if I look at FunnelKit automations and then click automations, I can just give you one example of how I might do something and set something up for inside of my business, and then show you how you might be able to do the same. And so if I look at, let's see, where did I want to show you? Oh, actually, I'm going to go into Leverage WP instead of the community to show you an example of this one. This is for somebody who has found my Leverage WP Facebook ad and clicked on the Facebook ad. It brings them to a landing page where they can fill out a form to get access to the Facebook group. And so this is an example of outlining a step-by-step automation within Leverage WP and the systems that I set up for clients that could be you. And so when someone submits the form, of course, I go up here and I have a form called the Join the Facebook Group Opt-in. Then I want several things to happen in an automated way in the background on my website and inside of my CRM. And so I want to add them to a list so that they're on my master list. And I also want to tag them. I want to tag them as a Facebook group lead. And then I want to send them an email that says, join my Facebook group now. Now, of course, they might have joined the Facebook group just by clicking through that landing page. But if they didn't, I want them to receive an email right away that's just a welcome that says, hey, join my free Facebook group, and here, tap here to join now. And so this is the outgoing email builder. And this is an email that I don't have to write every time. It gets sent out automatically through my website. And it has what you can see is called a merge tag right here. This says, hi, first name. And so when they filled out their form in the automation, they put their first name and last name and email address, and then they hit submit. And when they got to that other page, this sent the email out. And so it can say, hey, Greg, or whatever their first name is, and tap to join now. And so that's an example of how I can edit and set up these types of automations. But let's go on and tour a little bit further down in the automations. What's really, really, really cool inside of FunnelKit automations and the way I set it up with Leverage WP automations is that I can do something like cause a delay or a condition. And what I'm doing here is I want to send them this first reminder. Now, if they don't get into the Facebook group yet, I'm going to delay 1 hour, and then I'll send them a second email that says, hey, were you able to join my Facebook group? Just in case it got into spam or they missed that reminder. I want to give them every opportunity to click the link in that email and join the Facebook group. However, if they did join the Facebook group from this first email, it wouldn't really make sense for me to send them the second email. In fact, it might even be annoying to them that, they already joined the Facebook group, so why am I asking them again to join the Facebook group? And so I've had it delay 1 hour, and then before it sends the second email, I have a condition here. And when they join as a Facebook group member, my CRM will tag them as a Facebook group member. So the condition here that I defined is that if they match any of these tags, which there's just one tag called Leverage WP Facebook group member, then what do I want? Okay, yes. If they are a group member already, then I want to exit this automation. I don't want to send them the second email. You can start to see the power of setting up automations like this with conditions. But if they haven't joined the Facebook group yet, and therefore reflected in their tag that they're not a member of this tag, well then yes, I want to send them the second email. And that's the end of the automation. Now this is a simple example of how I can set up automations that happen in the background when someone does something or something happens. For example, let's go back to all automations, and let's see. Let's look at another example. If this member tag is added, if they do become a member of the Facebook group, then I send them an email. And now this is just a very simple example. This is just a welcome email that gives them a subject line, welcome to the Leverage WP Facebook group. And I want to tell them a little bit about the group and how to get around and what the group is about. And this link right here sends them to the welcome post inside of the Facebook group. Now, if I close this and then go back to look at the outline of this automation, you can imagine that I could hit the plus button here and I can choose from a number of different actions that I might want to do. I can have messaging actions, and this is probably the most common. I could set up now, so when they join the Facebook group, I could set up that they receive an email every other day from me to give them a little value and to catch them up with what's been happening in the Facebook group, send them to some trainings that I've done in the past inside of the Facebook group. What I can do is set up to send an email to them every 2 days or every day or every week. I could set up an infinite number of emails. I could set up a whole year's worth of emails every week, 52 different emails that give them some value for joining the Facebook group. You can start to see the power of this. Let me go back to this action and show you what else that I could do. Of course, I can connect things like Slack or Twilio for sending a text message. But then there are other automations. Of course, this is where you would create a contact inside of your CRM or tag them and segment the list in certain ways so that you can go back to them later and send out broadcast email, which is the next thing I'll talk about. But let's just finish with what other things can you do when someone takes an action like joins your subscription list, for example. You can create them as a user in WordPress, etc. Inside of WooCommerce, there's a lot of really cool things you can do, like you can add them to a subscription, for example. You can add them to a membership like I have. Inside of the CRM, you can add them to a particular contact list in some different CRMs if you use them. Like you can connect this to, if you're already, say, a GetResponse or a MailChimp user. Not that this is needed. This actually covers everything that ActiveCampaign, ConvertKit, and MailChimp already does. But if you're already a user of those CRMs or email marketing software, you can certainly connect them here. You might send data to another website or to another place like ClickFunnels or something like that using Zapier. For example, I send data when people join here over to the other place over here in automations where I say, and I go vice versa. So when somebody signs up for the community or for hosting, you can see that I have some conditions here. When they sign up for hosting with Leverage WP, I exit the automation here. But if they sign up for a community membership, I create a contact, I add them to a tag, I send them a welcome email, and then right here is the key. I send an HTTP request. I send a notification over to Leverage WP here from community.leveragewp.com, and I send the contact information over there. And then over here, I receive that HTTP, information, that contact, and I tag them and add them to my main CRM. And so you can see that you can control memberships, you can add them to a LearnDash course, anything you want to do when an action is taken. And so that's kind of an overview of some of the things that you can do with automations. The whole point being, once you set up an automation once, then every potential customer or every customer that comes into your world can go through that automation. And that means you don't have to do things manually when they come through. So you can have hundreds or thousands or tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of customers and potential customers come into your world and get all these automated communications, automated marketing channels, and just automated services delivered to them without you needing to intervene. They can get in here and can join your courses, for example. They could go in and join the different groups. I also have them joining these courses and joining these different groups in an automated fashion, and also in here getting welcome emails as a part of the what is happening within the membership. And so that is a back-end tour of how I set up some automations. And let's go back to the outline. So that's like, that can happen with automations, sales funnels. A full CRM is what I'm talking about here with tagging and segmentation. And I'll finish by talking about not only email list building with opt-ins and a broadcast email builder. I did show you the email builder a little bit with some of those automated emails that you're able to send out. But I didn't really show you the sales funnels that you can do, which is really, really powerful for just making a landing page. And so if I go back into the community WordPress site, the community Leverage WP site, for example, let's look under FunnelKit funnels, and let me just show you an example of something, for example, somebody that wants to sign up for Leverage WP hosting. Here is a funnel. And so we can look at the canvas, for example. You saw something like this within the automations, but you can set up sales funnels or opt-in funnels in the same exact way. So you set up a landing page somewhere for them to go on your website. This just shows me some data and conversions for this landing page. Then when they click go ahead to the next step, they can be sent to a checkout page that you can fully customize, and then a thank you page you can fully customize. And at any of these steps, of course, you can set up automations so that you can trigger things like an abandoned cart email in case they don't finish out checking out, or an email sent, for example. And so let's go back to the steps, and I'll just show you how this works a little bit. If I click View, you can see that this is opening up a page that shows a landing page here about Leverage WP hosting and what you get, etc. If you click Get Started Now, that would send you to the checkout page. And so you'd check out here, give you another overview about what you get and who I am. You can choose monthly or annually. And then if you placed your order, you could be sent over to the thank you page, which would look like this. Order confirmed, and that could give you the button to log back into the community and get started with your hosting, for example. But if I go to this landing page and click Edit, I can show you that this gives you an opportunity to just get in here and edit the template. And really what I wanted to show you is that, let me go back one. Let me go to templates and just show you what comes with this system. Similar to setting up the website from scratch with different pages, I can set up checkouts, sales funnels, or opt-in or lead funnels using my favorite page builder, like the Divi page builder, or in this case, the block editor for WordPress. But for example, say I click preview here, you can see that this sales funnel system has a sales page, a checkout page, a one-click upsell, and a thank you page. So we can import all this funnel with all these 4 pages, which is also mobile responsive, just like this. This is a nice landing page that talks about anything you want it to, has a video embedded, etc. You can have these buy now buttons. And so you can really import a pre-designed landing page like this with just one click. And so the checkout page would be like this when somebody clicks one of those buttons. Here is what's called an order bump, where, okay, if your order is something, then you can offer something like this. Hey, do you want to add that to your order? Okay, it recalculates the order summary with that in mind. And then if you go down the next step, when you click Submit, Place Order Now, you can have a subsequent page called a one-click upsell, meaning before you go, I'd like to point you to this awesome item. You can say, yes, add this to my order, and it would then bring you to the thank you page without any intervention, like having to go back to the web store and anything like that. So this whole funnel system includes really powerful checkout customizations, like one order bumps like this, as well as one-click upsells like this, and pre-designed thank you pages that you can design and customize for your own purposes, saving you a lot of time. And there's all these, for the Gutenberg builder, all these sales funnels. If you were to choose Divi, for example, I showed you how easy that was to edit with the visual builder. All these different Divi landing pages that have customizable checkouts, upsell pages, order bumps, and thank you pages are all available within the funnel kit system inside of here. And so that's the opt-in and sales funnels with order bumps and upsells that are included in this Leverage WP hosting system. And finally, email list building. This in the past, it's been discouraged. Everyone generally uses a third-party system like MailChimp or ActiveCampaign in order to manage an email list, and is generally not connected to your web commerce store, your e-commerce store, or your membership or subscription. By keeping everything in-house and doing your email list building and broadcast email within WordPress, then you're able to keep everything connected and all your software can talk to each other. And so going back into the Leverage WP system, what I've done is I've been able to use a third-party system leveraging Amazon Web Services for their simple email service, or Amazon SES. And this doesn't violate the best practice of using a well-established email third party to send emails in bulk. But I use the Amazon Web Services SES service, and I've shown this in a few other of my live streams and videos, where I'm able to send up to 50,000 emails a day and up to 14 emails per second to a group. And where I manage my group
is within FunnelKit CRM or FunnelKit Automation's CRM. I'm not going to click contacts for fear of revealing email addresses of some of my contacts, but you can look at my email broadcast list here. You can see that some of my broadcasts that I sent just in the last day or two were sending out an announcement about this very live stream. I've sent out to a small list of 171, 172 to Facebook members, and also sent out to my entire website email list of 6,800 and 6,730 here. Along with the same exact system that you saw me show. Now I'm able to send out 6,000 emails at a time or 7,000 emails at a time, 2, 3, 4 times a month for a cost to Amazon, a simple email service of less than $5. It honestly cost me about $1 a month to send out these group emails, and in a really, really powerful way, all complying with the Spam Act and everything like that. And I track bounced emails, so I'm always doing everything above board. And this is what I set up for you when you become a Leverage WP hosting and CRM automations customer. And so my email list is accessible through contacts here. And all my tags, etc., are set up, so I can just give you a little tour of what I can do. I have email templates set up. So, for example, if I have just an HTML email with the logo as a header, you can see that I can launch the email builder right here, and you can see that I can just edit this template, or I can edit and use this template within my email editor and go ahead and change the image, change all the text with links, and I can use this button to send a test email to myself to test all the links, and I can do things like use different number of columns, for example, to bring in different emails, design. I can use this button to upload or use a different image from images inside of my media library. For example, if I wanted to select this image instead, that would replace it here. And then I just edit the text. I can click save, and there we go. I'm not going to go ahead and save that because that's a template that I use sometimes. But I keep all these templates so I can use them for outgoing emails. It takes me just a few seconds to create an outgoing email to a segment of my list or my entire list, and then I can send it out to them for really pennies every time I send out my email list. And so that's email list building with broadcast email and bulk sending. Now, I've showed you in the course of this live stream, a bunch of different features and giving you kind of a tour in the back end of how I use all these business systems and software that all now, because they're all based on WordPress and hosted at the same server, they all talk to each other. That's one of the biggest struggles as a business owner, that you have all these complex systems. Oftentimes, they don't necessarily talk to each other and track what's happening on either side, like your e-commerce or subscription program or course builder. Does it connect to your email list builder? Now, there are some, services like Kajabi, for example, that do some of this, and some of them do it very, very well, but they end up being pretty expensive the more people you have join your list. And so I've become an expert at bringing all of these functionalities in-house, setting them up for my clients, and letting them run as automated systems in the background while my clients are able to focus on their own zone of genius, like teaching their own clients, running their content, placing it in their membership areas, sending out their emails to their email list, bringing their clients into Zoom meetings for their group coaching calls, for example. Anything you want to do inside of your business, my feeling is that your technology should not get in the way. It should automate everything possible, and it should accentuate what you're already doing and make it even better. And so for this live stream, as I end, if you're interested in finding out more about how I set this up and I make systems that cost less and automate more, let me know in the comments below that you want to hear from me about how all this stuff works. I can set it up for you. I can teach you how to use it, as I do here in the YouTube channel and also in the Facebook group. But leave me a comment below that you'd like me to get in touch and you'd like to learn more about the Leverage WP automations. All right, thanks, guys. I really appreciate you being here for the live stream, whether you're here live or watching the replay. If you're interested in knowing more, again, leave me a comment below saying that you want to hear from me and learn more about Leverage WP